for Israel, is it defending itself or is it defending the occupation? There's a simple test. Any 2-year-old can tell you what that test is. Let Israel withdraw to its internationally recognized boundaries. And then, if Hamas launches rockets, they have a right to self-defense, meaning Israel. But until they withdraw to their border, their internationally recognized border, Hamas has the right under international law. There's no question about that. Hamas has the right under international law as a people's struggle for self-determination to use armed force to achieve its independence and statehood. So you can't fault Hamas or the Palestinians for refusing to accept their annexation. In the case of Gaza, it's a double flagrant violation of international law because the blockade is illegal. So what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to allow Israel to suffocate them to death, as Israel has been doing for the last 7 years? Are they obliged legally, morally, to lay down and die? Is that their obligation under international law? You're a mother. I know. 95% of the water in Gaza, 95% of the water in Gaza is not fit for human consumption. Are they supposed to acquiesce in that? Are they supposed to accept it?
According to social democrats, they are. According to pacifists, they are. Isn't it something how the people who are critical of Israel, meaning the only serious people in the room, isn't it wild how we have to explain the law to quote unquote law and order people, the people who believe in a quote unquote rules-based order, the same society that imposes harsh law and order on Black and brown communities, even if it means we imprison 1/4 of the world's prison population, they will say stuff like this. Oh, I don't care if we have a prison state. It doesn't matter if we live in an authoritarian prison state where the police siphons the wealth of the workers. If you guys are upset at that, then just follow the law. No matter how unjust, their argument is you should shut up and follow the law. The reason why I am extremely frustrated is because whenever my revolutionary radical ass quote the law at them, they claim that we some sort of conspiracy theorists, that we are terrorist sympathizers. No, I am quoting the law that Western white societies accept. The Genocide Convention following World War II. The idea of the Genocide Convention was never again. You have European countries got together. How can we figure out a way to make sure that a genocide like this never take place ever again? And they come up with the Genocide Conventions. And now all of a sudden, the Genocide Conventions are inconvenient. Because as you guys know, Yemen, led by the Houthis, they had one of the most revolutionary acts that we have seen in quite some time in opposing and resisting the Israeli genocide at all costs, including dealing a big blow to Israeli economy, costing many companies that were complicit in genocide billions of dollars. And I saw a ton of people who were cheering on the Yemenis people, but the social democrat liberal-minded person was like, oh, come on, man, it's not good though, because you're attacking business, non-private entities. Meanwhile, this is what the Genocide Convention says. Apparently, anti-imperialists, post-duopolists, like ourselves at RBN, we're the only one who actually quote and read the law. Do you guys know we are ruled by a lawless beast? Joe Biden is a lawless beast. Nancy Pelosi is a lawless beast. It's not us Marxist revolutionaries that are lawless. We want to bring the capitalist ruling class to heel because they are criminals. They have no right to label anyone as terrorist. Why would anyone allow the biggest criminals we've seen in modern human history? Why would anyone take it seriously that they label someone a terrorist? Because this is the reality of the situation. The Houthis that Fox News and Republicans want to label a terrorist group, they want to call them a terrorist group. They are the only people, they're the only state with the guts to actually follow the Genocide Convention that says that all state parties have obligation to take measures to prevent and punish the crime of genocide, whether you're going after responsible rulers, public officials, or private individuals. So the Houthis are correct. I won't condemn Hamas because Hamas is correct. And I won't get many guest spots on The Hill and many other shows because I won't shy away from saying that. Nick, do you condemn Hamas? No, I do not. They are operating under international law. They're engaging in the terms of engagement that Israel set. So, sir, do you condemn Israel? And if you do not, why? Considering their blatant disregard for international law. Over 100 journalists killed. I think the count was 103 last time I saw. Israel, like Norman said, is the terrorist state in the situation. And as I said, we are the most propagandized country in the world. And the only way that our ruling class can get people to root for Israel, the reason why people view it as common knowledge and they just accept it as common knowledge that Hamas is a terrorist organization, is because Israel and the Western media paint cartoonish depictions of Hamas. The same way they paint cartoonish depictions of Vladimir Putin, Saddam Hussein, Nicolas Maduro. Isn't it funny how the United States, we never have just a country and state that we disagree with. It never, oh, we got a disagreement, we can't come to terms, so we got to engage with our military. It never, oh man, we got this disagreement with this person, we got this. It's always this person who we're fighting is the greatest evil that we have ever seen. Putin is the greatest evil. He's the next Hitler. Now Hamas Hitler. Nicolas Maduro was Hitler. Xi Jinping is Hitler. They say Xi Jinping is Mao because they view Mao as bad as Hitler, right? Even though he liberated the Chinese people, led to he set the groundwork to the economic boom that they're facing right now. So they hate him for it. So isn't it funny that everyone that we hate is the worst, most barbaric human of all time? And this propaganda, even though it sounds ridiculous when I put it like this, right? It works really well. The idea that, and this is what got our channel throttled to death. This is what, if I had any job, any like the person I was dependent on, if I was part of any financial organization I was financially dependent on, if I had a manager, I would have been fired by the Zionist lobby. They were like, hey, look, you see Nick Cruz saying that Hamas is not terrorist? And then it doesn't matter if I'm right, because I am. They will weaponize the capital because that's what Zionists do. Doesn't matter if you're right. You can be kicking and screaming while you're right all the way down and as you get fired. And I'm going to share this and I'm going to get into the other story of why they successfully do this. We're going to cover how the gray zone is supposed to intercept. We also have Nikki Haley that was exposed. We told you guys Nikki Haley was easily the most unhinged candidate in the race. Meanwhile, the liberal media was paying her as a moderate. We see how well that worked. So we're going to cover those two stories here soon. So I'm showing you guys this because this is the example of the capitalist dictatorship that we live in. Zionists are importing or exporting. They are exporting their fascism from Israel, and the United States Zionists are happily importing that fascism here. And the argument that we Marxists make is that you can't have democracy. You can't really be free under a capitalist system. The people who think we got free speech, the people who are gifted free speech, these are the people who don't rock the boat. These are members of the ruling class, people who sell out their communities. But the second that you stand out and speak out against the ruling class, you see how much free speech rights that we have. You see how much protections that we have in our law once you challenge something that is critical to the establishment, like the genocide they are perpetuating right now. It is critical that Israel commit the genocide. It is critical that less people know about the genocide as possible. So they got to go full-fledged authoritarian fascist in order to protect the state of Israel. And many right-wingers are more than happy with this. So look at this. Target fired a five-year manager. So he was at Target for 5 years for speaking up about Palestine through her social media account that had absolutely no affiliation with the company. No affiliation with the company, her own personal social media. She clocks in, she works 9 to 10 hours, she gets home, and then she can do wherever the hell she wants. That's the idea, right? No. You sweet summer child. The capitalists control how you think. If you have the audacity to call out our wars, our ruling class, and you are vocal about it, they will silence you. So
genocide!
We're supporting genocide!
For everyone who doesn't know, this Target location fired an employee named Aya for posting pro-Palestine. Has turned into Nazi Germany. If you speak out against the genocide murdering children, you will be fired by people like this and companies like these. Warrior shopping bombs are dropping!
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 20,000 dead in Gaza! 7,000 children dead! Orphans! 1.7 million people displaced from their homes! And they are quiet and they are supporting this genocide! The U.S. government directly funds the weapons that are killing these children! Look it up. You want to see any videos of proof? We will show you. The Zionists are liars. They are murderers. They murder women and children for the last 75 years. It did not start on October 7th. This started 75 years ago. Please, everybody, do your part. Look into it. And do not stand for injustice. Stand against it.
The most despicable people in politics are the people I have been calling out, the fake right-wing populists. Remember the people who pretend they care about free speech and standing against censorship? Do you guys remember the reaction from majority of the right, which I stood with them with supporting COVID censorship? Right-wingers, obviously for good reason, melted down, and I agreed. I grilled Howie Hawkins on this issue. If you're a pro-worker, it doesn't matter what your stance on the vaccines are. How are you pro-worker if you believe that someone should be fired for disagreeing with the government on public health policy? So the right wing, when it came to the vaccines, they were like, oh my God, this person got fired. This person got fired because he exposed the truth about the vaccine. This person got fired because he exposed Dr. Fauci. Isn't this an example of how we authoritarian state? That's what the right wing used to say all the time, remember? Now, those same phony right wingers, those same people are silent now. Now that people are being targeted in a way worse way than people were targeted on COVID. People losing their jobs in the tunes of thousands. There are constantly stories about like this. People losing their jobs because they post free Palestine on social media. Once again, thank God I work for myself. Thank God I freed myself from them shackles. Because I would have been fired, fam, if I was still at Toyota. If I was still selling cars, I would have got fired a long time ago. Why? Because I had the audacity to stand with the Palestinian people. So the right-wingers who were like, oh my God, we lived through big pharma authoritarianism. They was jealous. They was jealous that they was not the people that was censoring their political opponent. And who was the number one people telling you that? Why do right wingers? Why are they not comfortable watching RBN, but they comfortable watching other channels? Because other channels like, ooh, the right wing, they stand up for free speech, they stand up for authoritarianism, and then meanwhile RBN, we was like, no, they're not. We wouldn't say the easy thing for clicks and likes. The entire time, I was like, the right wing is full of shit on these issues, and I brought up specifically Israel, and I am very glad that I've been vindicated on that.